Good day to all newcomers and already ardent fans of Mew Online universe. Blessed Universe is speaking. One of the most experienced, popular and stable projects of the Mew Online universe. In previous videos we looked at how to choose your favorite class, where you can start on our server and the most basic things in general. I can say that the upcoming guides will be the basic things, because despite of the fact that the game was launched in 2001, it has a powerful background and a lot of interesting little things that gives the game soul and fullness, in my opinion. And so, you will tell me a lot more. We chose a class, came up with a nickname, loaded up, even figure out most of the NPCs, and then what? Then, well, let's move on. So we realized that we have two lines of quests. This guy has the main line of quests, something about 370, for completing of which you can get about 12,000 additional stats and a lot of additional rewards. Why do I say something about everywhere? Because we often update quest lines and not only them, so next time something may change, but not critically. And this sideline, random quests, which is basically endless, but you can get up to 2000 stats from it, and you can take a limited number of quests per day. But from this line you can constantly get consumables for sharpening or creating items. So, while started playing, we are faced with several problems as beginners. How to level up, where to level up, how to get items that suit me, where can I get Zen? It is gold. Should remember it because I will in future call it Zen. And how do you generally become stronger? Well, let's start one by one. Why do we even level up at all? For level, you receive additional stats that directly affect your power. I think we'll talk separately about all the classes in future, but for now, we'll continue as a Dark Wizard. Each class has its own main stat that gives it damage. If you played Warcraft 3 or maybe Dota, then each hero there has his own main stat. Strength, agility, intellect. I can foresee that someone will write that in Dota there are now universal stats. And we also have something similar. So our wizard is intellect guy, and he uses the energy stat, aka intellect, and receives from this stat not only additional mana, but also additional damage to his magic abilities. So this will be his main stat. Although, how to distribute these stats we will talk in future videos. We raise levels, get stats and distribute them to become stronger, right? The maximum level on our servers is 400, and then we get to those very resets that I touched on the previous videos. What is a reset? The reset is done on our website. To do this, you need to exit the game, go to the site in your personal account. After selecting the server on which you are playing, select Services section and the Operations with Character. Click on the Character Reset. A window will appear there with a choice of characters that you have on your account. We click on a character with the level 400 and we will be required to fulfill the conditions. The character must be level 400, must not be in the game, and you will need to pay a certain amount of Zen, which depends on the number of resets. The more resets, the more Zen needed. Click and wait 30 minutes. After completing these steps, you can run around in the game for 30 minutes completing quests, sharpen items and generally do whatever you want. Just take it in mind, this 30 minutes mark can be lowered in the game. After that, we return to the site again and click on your character again. The reset occurs and you are resetted to level 1. But now, with one reset and additional stats that you did not have when you just started. I think the principle is clear. More resets, more stats, which, as I said, directly affect your power. On each of our servers, the maximum number of resets and the number of the stats will vary, which sometimes changes the style of play on some classes. For example, on the Jade server, the maximum number of resets is 30. In addition, most of our servers have a system of dynamic experience and stat assignments, which means upon reaching a certain number of resets, the amount of experience gained decreases, but the number of given stats increases. Here is the Jade server table. For more detailed information, I will leave the link below. Also, we often launch easy start systems. What it is? When the server has been in existence for about 1 or 2 months, we introduce easy starts for the new players, so that it's easier for them to catch up with the first players on resets and there is more competition. A quick start can also vary slightly depending on servers, but most often it gives additional starting stats, which gradually reduced with resets, a buff for an additional 25% of experience from 7 days to a month, and very often reduce the requirements for the first few resets. For example, the first 5 resets can be done already at level 350. Therefore, if you miss the opening, you can catch up with everyone else. Returning to the list of our questions. Where can I get Zen, at least for some resets? Your starting gold income will be completing the main line of quests. That's why it is the main one, as it will help you to explore the world and make resets. Internal trading is also possible in the game. Trading through the website and trading online in the game. By pressing enter, we can start the chat. To write to general chat, you need to write /post before the message and then your message. In the general chat, players most often trade their items. Players have some kind of short form for composing their offers. S means sell, that the person are selling something. B means buy, means that person are buying something, and T, where T means trade, means that person wants to exchange something, right? This way we can sell various spells and sometimes even various items and stones, which we will definitely talk about later, for Zen in the post chat. Briefly about the chat. In the column on the left, if you enter someone's nickname, you will start writing him a private message. A little higher, we see 3 icons: regular chat, group chat, and guild chat. We use them depending on where we are going to write. To the right, we see do not show private messages, on and off system messages, like quest notifications and event notifications. I do not recommend turning them off. Or turn off the chat completely. The last 3 are editing the chat size and background transparency. So this means that quests and internal trading will help you to get your Zen. We will go through the site separately in another video, okay? How to level up, where to level up, and a huge topic on how to get items. Most of our maps have so-called spots. So spot is the place where monsters hostile to you appear constantly, and this is the place where you can leave your character AFK. If you have some good mass skills, of course, for example, Evil Spirit for DW and MG, Twisting Slash for DK, Triple Shot and Multi-Shot for Elf, and Raven or Fire Scream for DL. All these skills except Triple Shot and Raven will need to be looted out of monsters or precious boxes, and specifically Evil Spirit and Twisting Slash can fall to you during the main chain of quests. The Raven, as we said, will need to be created, and the Elves have a Triple Shot as a skill on their bow and crossbow. So we have reached Arcania, and this is the first map for you where there will be such a large number of spots. The further we move along the map, the stronger the monsters will become. Approximately the same principle is applied in all maps of our wonderful game. The stronger the monsters, the more experience you get from them, but don't overdo it, you might die. we reach the required levels and we can teleport further across the maps, occupying spots with stronger monsters and leveling up faster. At the first resets, you will most likely be able to cope with the monsters in the starting maps, and most likely you will be stuck from some time with the limit of Atlas 2 and 3 maps. We complete quests, race resets, set stats, and we can move on. Icarus and Tarkhan are one of the most popular places at the start of servers, but if we can enter Tarkhan like all other maps, the Icarus is the Heaven Kingdom. So they won't let us in without wings, because there we need to fly. So where to get wings is a separate video. I understand that I'm already annoyed you saying this, but we have a lot of information. We wait and we believe. Well, I think the plan is clear, right? We level up, we get the opportunity to kill stronger monsters and level up a little faster. In addition, do not forget that in the silver and the gold groups we gain more experience and it is much easier to kill monsters. Do we remember what it is? So silver is a group where there are 3 different classes, and gold is 5 different classes. The more people of different classes in the group, the more experience you get. So we run around the maps where we can survive, of course, press the D button, select party, and click on everyone who is in the group and they don't have your class, so you can join other players and level up. It seems that we have understood the basics of leveling, right? The rest is up to you. Explore the maps, communicate with players, look for guilds, and basically enjoy the game. How to get items. Oh guys, getting items is the whole point of this game, so let's try it point by point. In the last video I showed the rings that you are given at the very start, remember? So there are excellent items. I don't even know why all of them are called excellent, because some of them are kinda meh. And non-excellent items, but they are strikingly different. Excellent items can be indicated by 2 colors, green and purple. In addition, excellent items have the ability to contain additional options, for example, damage decrease and reflect damage. On the screen you see all the possible options on the item. Non-excellent items cannot boast of such things. The color of their name changes only with their so-called sharpening. We'll talk about sharpening in the video about the Chaos Machine. So from those same rings, non-excellent items drop out that will serve you as a starting point for leveling up at the beginning. In addition to rings, such items can drop from silver and gold medals, stars that drops from the ordinary monsters, etc. By the way, to pick something up, hold down Alt button and the objects will be magnetized to your cursor for more convenient selection. You can also use Alt to turn on or turn off the names of objects on the floor. Where do excellent items come from? For the most part, excellent items are obtained from golden monsters of different categories, from 1st to 5th. The 5th one is the most powerful golden mob, so you can call it boss. The 1st category appears in Noria, 2nd one in Devious. The 3rd one appears as a golden event, Attack of Golden Dragons, in different locations, which will be notified to you by global messages in the center of your screen. 4th one is in Atlas from 1 to 3rd, and the 5th one appears in Tarkhan from 1st to 2nd. All these golden monsters attack maps during the Golden Dragon event, and the players are constantly hunting them to get the boxes that drop from them. Box of Kundun. From 1st to 5th depending on what category you killed. Also, some gold bosses are appeared with their golden guards. For example, the 2nd category has soldiers from whom golden medals fall. The 4th category has mermaids from which stars fall, and from the stars you can get non-excellent items of higher level. And the 5th with these things. Stars also fall from them. There are more dangerous events with bosses for which guilds are constantly fighting to get the best items. We'll give them a whole separate video. My friends, we try to analyze everything in detail, but we leave a little to make it interesting for you to study in the world. More and more new videos will appear, so subscribe and do not hesitate to ask questions and comments or to the players in the game. And play Mew Bless Universe.